Hey, welcome back to another episode of Living in Minnesota. I'm Joe Carmack, and today we have a special episode with my favorite stagers, Donna and Ashley from Uniquely Yours Home. We're going to talk about getting your home ready to sell and also what you can do if you're remodeling your home to get the biggest return on the investment. Well, thanks for being here. I'm very excited about this. People loved last time we did a similar episode. So I want to start by talking about remodeling the home. If somebody's wanting to sell their house, what do you guys recommend for paint colors and different things like that?
So when we go and do a remodeling or our consultation for that, we ask if it's their forever home or not. If it's their forever home, then I can be more personal in the selections that we make for it. If it's something that maybe in the next 5 to 10 years they want to sell and enjoy those new updates until they sell, then we kind of gauge it to more of what's trending, what's on, and what the next buyer would love.
Yeah, it's got to be a little more neutral
Right,
to appeal
so-
to the masses.
Yeah.
So you can still have a beautiful new countertop, but maybe one that caters more to the masses and not so personalized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so let's talk specifically, what are some paint colors we'll start with that you guys recommend most often?
Okay, so for us for a remodel, it's more or less if they're working with oak. If they're working with the oak that they already
Very
have.
common in this area, the golden
Some
oak.
things play well with it and
Sure.
some things don't. So you have to be really particular in the grays that you picked. Muddy colors are kind of coming back. What I mean by that are soft cream colors. But if you were going to do a remodel and you want it to be bold, you can do a wallpaper in a bathroom.
That is kind of getting trendy right now.
It ain't your mama's
New
wallpaper.
construction, I keep
Yes.
seeing wallpaper.
Yeah. Wallpaper, sometimes we're bringing accent walls back again.
Sure.
So they're kind of trending now,
Sure.
or behind the bed, master suites.
An accent wall.
An
Yeah.
accent wall is
Yep.
kind of coming back in a wallpaper.
Sure.
Otherwise, the master bathroom has wallpaper. And then again, these bold colors are kind of in right now.
Sure.
So these really rich greens, rich blues, a little bit of the burnt orange. These are all
Sure.
personal colors that I would choose.
Sure.
If you were selling your home tomorrow, these would be not the colors I would choose.
Sure,
So
sure.
again, that's kind of
Sure.
where we land. Again, blacks are really in, and they're going to be in for a while. They've
Yeah.
been in for a while.
They're good neutral.
They're
Everything
kind of
goes
neutral,
with
but they're
black.
still bold.
Yes.
And this works with whites. This works with
Sure.
oaks. This works with maple. So this for me is like hardware. Maybe a little bit of it is in my lighting,
Accent, yeah.
that kind of thing.
Sure.
So again, I think those are fun. Remodel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the nice thing about updating to black hardware or black light fixtures is that you don't necessarily have to replace everything in the house because you're bringing in a type of metal color.
Sure.
It's more neutral, so it can kind of go with everything else
Yeah.
in the home.
Yeah, I love it.
And one thing to go back to the wallpaper.
Yes.
Wallpaper now, it comes in a vinyl wallpaper.
Okay.
So you're not dealing with that paste. So it's a
Yes.
little bit easier for if it's just your home for now, but you want something fun. When you're ready to sale,
It's removable.
yeah, you
It's
can just
removable.
You can just pull it down.
Use them on a lot of home offices now.
Sure.
You know, a lot of Zoom calls, a lot of those
Yeah.
type of things. Sometimes
Yeah.
we're taking over the dining room and making that
Sure.
an office.
Sure.
So you want the Zoom call to have a really great background.
Right.
So again, we just do that.
Yeah.
If you have to move or something comes up,
Yeah.
it just peels
A
right
little
off.
personality, a little character.
yeah.
And we have installers who like working with it.
Yeah, for sure. Tell us, what are some specific colors that you guys recommend? Alabaster or
So this
what's a
is-
good trending color?
So for cabinets, trim, alabaster is a good one. For Sherwin-Williams, pure white is one that we use a lot.
Snowbound.
Snowbound is another
Snowbound.
one.
Okay.
And you really want to we like to order the larger samples. These are Sherwin-Williams samples, and you can get them for free. The 8x10, and you want to check out with your lighting, see how it looks, because the whites can look yellow or even can take on a peach tone based on your lighting in your home.
Do not pick outdoor paint color in the paint store.
Yeah, bring it home.
Get a few
Bring it
samples.
home,
Yes.
please.
I cannot tell you how many times I go into someone's home. They're so excited and proud that they picked out and they painted, and you're like, oh gosh,
Yeah,
that's
not
peach
good,
or
not good,
orange or they
Because-
were so close but just didn't hit.
little bit off.
Absolutely. and honestly, lighting plays a factor. When
Yeah.
we build homes now, and we help with some construction, some builders, or we do a lower level, I really want to see the lights come in because so many people in Minnesota now for the lower level remodels, we want more than enough lights.
Yeah.
We want to have them on dimmers. So again, are they more to the white light or that yellow kind of
Yep.
tone? Because
Warms
that
or
could
cools.
play with your paint color and your fabric colors. So
Yeah.
again,
Bring
for
it
us,
home.
it's bring it home.
Yes.
Bring it home.
Okay, let's talk about flooring. What is in? What should we do? What should we not do?
So for flooring, we tend, in staging in particular, we have to kind of go along with that golden oak, and it's finding a color that does complement it. So we go a lot towards those lighter tones that kind of can pick up a little bit of that hue, but not necessarily all over the floor. So something that just complements that golden oak color. It's really hard when you start getting into those grays. They just really compete.
Yeah.
And I would say luxury vinyl is still in. It's been in for few years now, and it will continue to
all
be
of our
in
new construction.
all of our new construction is
Not
this.
laminates,
No.
please.
No.
People stop using laminate.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
not
And the vinyl
anymore.
flooring is so durable, and it, you know, it's scratch resistant, water resistant. It's supposed to be life proof. So
It's
we
Carmack
really,
boy resistant.
Yeah, well, there you go.
We have it through our whole main level because our boys
The
are.
only thing that I see happening is some people using the wrong products to clean.
Oh, sure.
So whatever manufacturer you go with, make sure you are aware of what products you can and cannot put on this. No steamers, no heavy chemicals, because it will open them up.
Okay.
So that's just an
That's good to
FYI.
know.
Okay.
But yeah, colors like this, I really, really enjoy. Those are good ones.
and it kind of nods to
Just
that
more
white
neutral,
oak. Yeah.
less gray, less red. You know,
Yeah.
distinct browns is a really good
The
way to
white
go.
oak in cabinetry is really popular right now with, I'm just going to play with hardware a little
Yeah.
bit. So if you do like the black hardware with like the white oak, or you can go into the gold, any of those things are still really popular.
Yeah.
And this is going to continue to be popular for the next few years.
Yep.
And there's white oak, you know, is timeless.
Yeah.
You know,
It's very simple, very classic. I am seeing the black more often. Would you say gold is probably more of a remodel thing? This seems a little more distinct.
trendy.
this is a little trendy. So different people call this different things. Some
Yeah.
people call it gold, some people call it brass, some people
Champagne.
call it champagne.
Oh, that's a
and
new
so
one.
there's
Okay.
many finishes of
Right.
this. I don't mind this in a vase. I don't mind this in a bathroom.
Sure.
A kitchen, you really have to have the perfect cabinetry for the kitchen.
Yeah.
So that I kind of lean
You gotta have
on.
the perfect kind of everything.
Yeah.
It's like the whole
It is a
ensemble's
little
gotta work, or
trendier.
it's just.
Again, if you were doing a
fail.
black bar stool with a little bit of this, the bling on it,
Sure.
that would be great. So
Sure.
again,
That
it's
color,
kind
yeah.
of,
And I think, you know, hardware these days, you can order it bulk online. I mean, we go to Amazon a lot for hardware. And so if you do want to do it in a bathroom, it's not a super huge upgrade if you did this for now. And then when you go to sell, you know, change it to black or whatnot if it's too trendy for the market.
We think for selling, always change the hardware most of the time in the kitchen and the bathroom.
Or even add hardware.
Or add it.
hardware.
That's
Yeah.
what our first house had no hardware. We just put on a brushed nickel, very basic, something like this, and it just completely changed the look of the whole kitchen.
And black really does complement the
oak.
golden oak, and it does give it a little bit more of an updated feel.
Yeah.
So a
Looks
lot of
great
them
on
have
white
that.
cabinetry, gray cabinetry. I mean, even these dark, rich greens that we're using in cabinetry or the dark blues.
Yeah.
That black just kind of sets it off.
Yeah, I love it. And on the lines of cabinetry, is
So
this what we like
the
for
most
tops?
popular countertops right now.
We're
Yeah.
doing a lot of the white. People are tending to gravitate more towards more of the whiter tones. So usually the quartz is pretty popular now.
Sure.
It just has a little bit more uniformed look to it, and that seems to be trending. Also, there are a lot of different fun finishes that you can do on countertops. This is leathered, so it's actually buffed down to have some texture, and it has more of a matte finish.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun too.
Yeah. This one terrifies me with little kids, but this seems a lot more.
You
thing
seal
is,
it.
this quartz is kind of timeless, and
Yeah.
it doesn't products doesn't go sink into them.
Sure.
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
stain
you
as
seal
much.
it, and so then it has a protective coating on it.
I'm sure it's great. My kids would just have like fingerprints and chocolate and things smeared all over it. This is a lot safer.
Grape juice.
Grape juice,
as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, so that's some ideas we can do if we're remodeling.
Right.
What if somebody just doesn't want to do a bunch of remodels? They really just need to prepare the home, kind of minimal. You know, I hire a staging consult with these guys for every listing. It's phenomenal and people love it because they can just get a checklist of here's exactly what to do, boop, 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 and they go in. So what are some of those things that you guys recommend? If I don't want to do any remodeling, I don't want to do any of this, what are just some simple ways to get the home ready?
I think the biggest thing, if you do nothing else for your home, is to clean and edit it. You know, when you have your home clean, it does show that it's well taken care of and it's been maintained. And you know, even if you don't want to take a huge remodel on those honey-do lists, the fix-it things that maybe it's easy to kind of put off, but the cabinet door doesn't open, or just little things that you can do make a big difference, and it just shows that the home's been loved, and I think that tells people that this is something that they want to live in.
Yeah.
I agree, and I would take it a step further, and we like to come in kind of before you start to edit.
Yes.
Because we have the ability to kind of see beyond, and I don't want you to take and pack all your books away because I might need them for your bookcase.
Sure.
Or I might want to take a piece of art from one room and use it in another room.
Yep.
Sometimes when we do a staging walkthrough, we'll say for the photos. And for me, that means I want you to remove the recliner out of the photo. And then if you need to, for whatever reason, move it back, that's fine. But for the photo, let's edit. For the photo, let's take out the 8 dining room chairs you have and maybe just use 6 or 4.
Right.
Set the dining room table. These are things you don't have to do every day.
Yeah.
But we all know that everybody
photos.
looks at the photos.
Yes.
Give me clean towels.
Yep.
Remove your rugs from the bathroom. It's, people don't want to step on your rugs, people. Those simple things that we all say, oh, well, of course.
Right.
But on our checklist, it's all on there. It's all on there.
Room by room,
by room.
itemized, and any suggestions that we have as far as maybe we may suggest a paint color, and then they can decide if that's
Time and
something
budget.
that works for their time and budget.
Yeah.
And then we can also quote, we do our best to use what you already have, but then there are instances where, you have the bookshelf and you don't have a lot of accessories, or you really want that wow photo and you just need a big piece of art. So we do rent product too, and that's included in the staging write-up. You can see.
Recommendations.
We have lots of product in our barn.
Yep. I love it. I've actually told some clients, what are you going to do when you're at their new place? And they're like, oh, I'm so excited. We're going to get all new furniture. So I've actually told some, I'm like, okay, so when the stagers are there, maybe you could get a recommendation of what couch to buy that would go well, and they can help you pick one, and then they can just buy it on their own if they're going to buy it anyways for the new house. But even just having you guys come in, it's not nearly as expensive as people think. For $1,000 to $2,000, the whole home can be done very, very well. We just did one, and it was night and day the difference. And so it's like when a buyer walks in, they'll judge it by the photos, but when all of a sudden it's very clean, it's very trendy, it's well kept, that perceived value goes through the roof, and you make your money back, hands down.
I agree, and it's simple things. It's like bedding. It's like making the bed for the photo.
What?
I have a whole thing.
We did a whole video on that to make how to make a bed.
Just make your bed.
Your mother-in-law's coming. Company's coming. Make the bed.
Yes.
And sometimes people are moving on. So I'm like, well, if you are, what's your new color going to be in your new bedroom? Maybe this is the time that we buy that or
Just
purchase
get a
that.
bedspread.
And especially with the master bedroom and the master bath, those things have to be edited out well. They have to be almost Airbnb ready.
Absolutely.
Give me the lamps, give me light bulbs in the lamps, take off
Matching
all the
colored tone light bulbs so that it's not one tone and the other.
We
And
need
in the
a whole
vanity
video on
light
that
too.
one.
the vanity light too. So I mean, it's those are the things. Your kitchen, the public spaces.
Yes.
I think are very important. I will give clients a buy on kids' rooms because everybody understands that these are the little people and they may or may not understand. So we get a little buy. I want it organized chaos.
Sure.
But it doesn't have to be where you take everything down.
Yes. I've told them the exact same thing.
Yeah.
People are stressed out. Oh, do I need to paint the pink color in the kids' bedroom? I don't care.
No.
Get the rest of your house looking good. The master bedroom, the living room, dining kitchen, then it's fine. I don't even care about the closets or the garage, frankly. If you need to get all your stuff out of those main areas and shove it in the garage, great.
And we tell
just fine.
people a lot of times, if the photos are right away and then you have a few days before showings start, do what the photos see first, and then when the showings start, then edit the insides of the cabinets and things like that. Because people will open that type of thing to see how much storage you have, and if it's full, it's going to tell them that you don't have enough storage.
Right.
If it's 50 to 75% full, then I think it shows that we have plenty of room. Even storing kitchen items.
She knows exactly what I'm thinking.
Kitchen items belong in the kitchen for showings, because if they go downstairs to your laundry room and see all the stored canned goods, they're automatically going to know, oh, this house needs a pantry and it doesn't have one.
The Costco, Sam's Club.
Yes.
You do not want all of those things.
Put it in a bin or so you can't see it.
Okay, I'll put that on my list when I remove again.
People are like, there's not enough. And really, your home is going to tell a story to the potential buyers. And what's the story you want to tell?
Sure. Yep. Okay, so if somebody does want to bring in some staging furniture, these guys are fantastic. What are a few, scenarios, are we just doing the living room and the master? Are we doing the entire house?
Yeah.
When you bring in furniture, what's that typically look like?
We itemize it. Yeah. When we do our quotes, we itemize it by room. So then you can see what it would be for all of our suggestions, or maybe just the particular areas that you want to concentrate in. So each piece we bring in is itemized too. So you can really customize what you end up getting based on budget or the areas that you really want to show off. Maybe doing the master bedroom isn't in the budget, so let's really do a wow in the main area. So we really try to make it work for anybody, and it can be a lot or a little.
And typically the homeowner does pay for that. It's something we've worked out, whether this is the day we're staging, we like the check or something there left for us. And then after the appraisal comes through, then that's when we come get it. It's usually typically we have a 90 days, but it could be less than that again on today's market.
That's perfectly fine. It just seems like the main areas are good, and some people think you have to stage every bedroom set you're bringing in and every living space and every little towels in the bathroom or little fancy knickknacks in the kitchen. Not knickknacks. I yelled at once for that, but you know what I'm talking about. A little bit.
I always laugh when you say it though. I
don't know. What else do they call it? I don't know. But just little soft touches that will make a huge difference without costing a ton of money. Let's circle back to remodeling then. I also want people to know you guys will just handle the whole remodel project for them. What does that look like for you guys to do that?
So we almost coordinate or help project manage the remodels for the clients. Remodels can really vary on the scale. So sometimes people just want flooring and a countertop, or it's a full scale remodel. So if they need help finding contractors, or we have ones that we work with over and over and again, and they're all used to working with each other, we can kind of help facilitate that for them and help them with selections.
I think people get so overwhelmed because that's a lot of money now, and they don't want to make a mistake. So even talking through, this is what I'm thinking. Tell me if I'm right. This is our vision, and so we kind of again, it uniquely yours because it's yours and it's unique. So let's how do we pull that together for you? To enjoy it and to love the process, because not everybody gets to do a remodel. So we want you to enjoy and love the process.
And you're going to want to love the end result too.
Totally.
And people are always a little nervous to write the check, or but it's like, if you paid for that whole remodel and then you're like, oh, that paint color wasn't quite right, and then you're kind of like it afterwards. You know what I mean? Just write the check. And I think it's so much more peace of mind, and it's going to turn out so much better anyways, bringing somebody in. So definitely would recommend that as well.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. This was fun. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below for us. And we're also going to put a link to a guide that they have for staging your home, so you can grab that in the description below as well. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you
so much for having us.
Yeah.